Hey guys, welcome back to Selenium 4 with Java February 2025 batch online training session 5. In today's sessions, I will primarily cover the Java OOPS concept, where I will primarily cover the inheritance, method overloading, method overriding, the importance of super, static, and final keyword, along with abstraction and interface. So these are the complete details, specifically primarily relative to the Java Ops concept. I'll be covering in today, and today I'll be getting the good confidence on the Java Ops concept. Because in the real-time framework, you require the knowledge. Apart from that, in case you want to go for some an interview, internal, external, definitely like interviewer will be asking the question on this hoops concept, because that is very kind of having the highest priority weightage in the Java programming. Okay, so first, before going to the like ops concept, so sorry, inheritance, you need to understand the Java ops concept. Okay, so ops concept was not there in the C programming language, so it started with C++. So C++, Java, Python, C hash, right, all the programming languages like having the ops concept. So ops is nothing but the object oriented programming system, right? This is the ops. And whenever I am talking about the ops, so it will be starting with the class object that you already seen. Sometimes people do not consider class object as ops separately, because that is already part, but primarily for ops concept is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behavior of a parent object. It is one of the key important part of the OOPS. So using inheritance, user can create classes that are built in upon existing classes as well. When we inherit from an existing classes, then user can definitely reuse all the methods, attribute, variables, everything from the parent classes, as well as they can create new thing in the new classes as well. The classes where the class members are getting inherited is called parent class, base class, or super class. To where it is getting inherited, it is called child class, subclass, or derived class. And you can implement the inheritance mechanism between two classes with the help of extend keywords. So let me give you a simple real-time example. So you are a, like say like a parent, right? So in case you are having some right child, so obviously your child will be having some properties from the parent, mother or father, right, and some grandparent also. So that is the way concept of inheritance is called parent child relationship. So the base class from where it will be inherited is called super class, parent class, or the base class. To where it is getting inherited is called derived class, child class, or subclass, same thing. Okay, in Java, right, single inheritance, multi-level inheritance is possible, but multiple inheritance is not possible in Java through the ops concept or through inheritance part, but still it is possible with the help of the interface. So that will be discussing it slowly. Okay, so how the inheritance will happen? So let's try to give some real-time problem, and then we can go for some solution. So let's try to create a class. Okay, I'll create a class, say session 5 class A. Okay, simple class I have created. Very simple class. Now here I can declare some variable, say integer A equal to say 10. Okay, and I can create a method as well, say public void add, or some method, right, or addition, whatever we want to do. And I can pass some two argument, integer m, integer n, so here I can create a new variable, say integer sum equal to m plus n. right? And here I can give something that addition of two given number is, okay, and then I can concatenate, right? That is the way I can concatenate some variable. That's my done. Okay, so public void, so it is not an abstract, sorry, not a static method or static variable, so I need to create an object or instance first. Say object a equal to new, like that. Okay, now in case you want to print that variable, simply you need to use iso method. Then with the help of the object reference object a, you can call that one a, simple thing, and then you can call it again, and you can call the method called addition, and here you can give some variable, pass some variable, say 20 and then 15, so you can get the required result. So that is what you already seen in as of now in the first two class in the Java, right? You could see the variable value it is being called here, and here it is the whatever value I have given 20 plus 15, it is adding some, doing the addition. So that is still fine, right? So that there is no problem. So that is a class I have created separately. There is no link with other class because that is independent class with deciding in the training package and the same project, right? Now let's try to create one more class. Okay, so here whatever I have defined, let's try to do some other way at the class level. So integer b equal to gives him say 30. Okay, instead of addition, create something called subtraction. Okay, here you can give to variable called x, y, and here you can give, instead of subtraction, I can create something called subs, right? Here I can give something called x plus y. Okay, and here I can give something called whatever variable, so subtraction of two given number is this. Now I can create an object or class here, object b equal to new object. Now I can again same way I can call that variable b, so iso dot b, okay, and then again dot called, I can call the method subtraction. Right here I can give something called maybe say 55, say you can give suppose say 27. Now if you execute it from the class b level, let's see what's happening there. You could see 30 is being called here because the value of the b is 30, right? And then I have subtraction 55 minus 27, so it is 82. Why it is coming? Because I did not change the sign. It is still, though I am, whatever you create the method, that does not matter. Whatever operation you want to do, that is the matter. So I need to change it to minus. Now if you execute it, so that is the reason intentionally I did it. Okay, so that you couldn't understand. So it does not mean that whatever you written for the subtraction it will work subtraction. No, it will matter that whatever way you are writing, declaring, doing the operation. Now you could see the star 28 is coming. Okay, now this is two separate class A and class B. Okay, so in case you want to create some parent child mechanism, right, something will be similar, right? Look and feel might be similar between the parent and the child, their surname might be similar, right? Or there something, in case nothing is there, right, something might be gene combination, other combination will be chromosome, other part will be there, in case nothing is available. So that is the way some relationship will be there, right? But here how I can do the relationship, create the establishment, right? So let's try to call that method whatever I have created in the addition. Will it work? Let's see. With the object b, let's press dot addition. That method is not coming, right? Or whatever variable dot a, you could say that is also not coming. If you want to do forcefully, it is still showing the error. Okay, let's try to do whatever variable a I have declared in the class A. Okay, can I use it forcefully? No, because this is the two separate class. In case you are throwing the error, Why? Because it is not able to understand, recognize the field A. Okay, so that's the problem. So how can I establish the relationship between the parent and child? So what I need to do, in case my A is the parent class or the base class and my B is the child class. Okay, so what I can do, I can copy that class, I can use the extend keyword. This is my child class, I am using extend keyword, extend, and then I can give the parent class. Now what happening, this is my parent class and this is my child class. So parent to child, automatically all the variable, all the method, whatever you have written in the parent class, child class can access everything, but not the vice versa. It is a one way mechanism, not the both way. Try to understand it. It is from parent to child communication, but not from the child to parent. Nothing will happen in the child to parent one, because that is the inheritance. It is inheriting the properties from the higher level to the lower level, but not from the lower level to the higher level. So this is the child and this is the parent. Now let's see. Let's try to call the parent level attribute. So this is my object B dot A. You could see A is coming. What? From where it is coming? Session 5 class A means parent class, it is coming. Return type is integer. Now there is no worry at all, no error. Now again, if you call the addition method, you could see again it is coming now. Addition method you have written in the parent class, right? So it is also you can access. So I can give any variable, say 40 and 43 like that. So that is fine. Now if you want to work, it will work. There is no worry, because I have established the parent child mechanism or relationship. So object 8 is calling from the parent class, value is 10. And second one, like addition, it is calling from the parent class. To given number, addition of two given number is 83. Why? Because 40 plus 43 is doing the addition. So that is the way it is called single inheritance. So multi-level inheritance I also can do. Let's try to create one more class. Okay, how I can extend it? So I need to extend that one, because here my class C is my child class and class B is my parent class, and class A will be grandparent class. So that is the way it is multi-level, not a single level, because anyway A is the parent class for class B and class B is the parent class for class C. So class C is a child, it is parent, it is called grandparent. This is child class C, B is parent and A is grandparent here. It is called multi-level inheritance. Now if you create an object of class C, you can access both parent and the child class, both B and C class. Now if you press object C, you could see you can do addition method, which is coming from the grandparent class. You can call subtraction 1, which is coming from the parent class. So let's see 20 and say 8. So it is coming from the parent class here, and then dot, you could see variable also coming, parent class and the child class both. Okay, so addition also I can do it. So subtraction of two given number is 20 minus 8 equal to 12. Addition of two given number is 30 plus 10 equal to 40. So this is coming from the parent class, this is coming from the grandparent class here. So that is the way I can establish the relationship between parent, child and grandparent through the inheritance. I will take a pause, guys. Any questions? Is it clear?
The class should be public, right? Not private, right?
No, that is different, but yeah, public, right?
So who should have a class, and one thing more, we can call everything of the, if we put extends, right? So it will inherit all whatever it is there of that class,
Yes,
right?
everything, right? All the variables, all the methods you can access it from the parent to child or grandparent to parent or parent to child.
Then print, okay, yeah, okay, got it.
Okay.
So can we access local variable?
Sorry.
Can we access local variable from A to
Yes,
class B?
definitely, right? We are accessing it, right? This one. No, local variable is different. Local variable is only accessible in the block of comment only, right?
Right.
The local variable concept is different completely here. So local variable anyway cannot be accessible without besides the block of comment. You cannot do it. That is here called, right, normal, non-static variable or the class variable, right?
Class variable.
Yes. So local variable should be accessible here only, right? Whatever defined, you cannot access it anywhere. Forget about the child class. You cannot access in the parent class as well, right? Can you access it? No. You're not able to
But
access
one
it.
thing, one thing is just a query. Suppose these two classes, right? A,
You
B
cannot
are
access.
there.
Yes.
So the class A is there, class B is there. Suppose. So we may not need this main method also, right?
Sorry.
This main method is there, right?
Huh.
So for this one thing, so this main, suppose if we are defining some classes
Hmm.
for inheritance, right?
Hmm.
We may not need this main method also,
No, no,
right?
that is not required, right? Definitely not required. Just for usage perspective, I have showed it. That is not required at all.
I understand, but I'm saying that a class may not have the main method also, right?
No, yes, right. You no need to create anything main method. Just simply create the main class. You no need to require that one.
Okay. Because that is what we understood.
Yeah, right. That is not required. Just for the simplicity purpose, I have given it, but it's not required. In the real time, you'll be not having the main method everywhere. Only wherever it is called, even that where you can only just use it.
So if you need to execute something within a class, then only main method is required,
Yeah,
right?
right. Otherwise, with the main method, how you can execute?
Otherwise, nothing is needed.
Right.
It is never required, right?
No, not required. I will show you that one also slowly so that you can understand. Yeah, not required main method.
And we cannot call it also anywhere, right? For example, main method of class cannot be called to other class also, right?
No, main method is only for the execution for the particular class, right?
For a particular class.
Yes, yes.
So we are getting properties of parent class in the child by extensive, and same way we can have creating object of one class. So we can also get the properties and variables. So what is difference there?
Here in the object A, can you access right what a variable you have defined for object B or object C? No, you cannot do, right?
No, in class B, I
Ah.
can create the object of class A,
Ah.
then I can get methods and variables there.
No, why will be creating the object A? Because you are just want to access all the variables or the method, right? So definitely you need to use that object B instance only, not object A. But you can with the B instance you can access all the variable from the A because that is the way parent-child mechanism is there.
No, in case if we are not extending,
No, you cannot do.
not using.
How you can do? There is no relationship at all. Okay. Next one I'll cover it kind of like polymorphism. So what is does it mean polymorphism? Poly means many, morphism means form. This is a Greek word actually. So polymorphism in Java is a concept by which user can perform a single action in multiple ways. So polymorphism derived from two Greek words. Poly means many and morphs means way. So this is means many way, right? To perform the single operation there is many way. So there are primarily two type of polymorphism available in Java. One is compile type polymorphism or called static polymorphism or called method overloading. And second one is called dynamic polymorphism or called method overriding or called runtime polymorphism. So what is method overloading? Two and more methods having the same name in the same class but they differ in multiple way. One is Either you are varying the number of argument or you are varying with the type of argument. That is the way it will work. Method overloading. Suppose I want to give a simple example of polymorphism, method overloading primarily. You are a single person. You can vary by your changing your right workplace or your different other stuff as well. So you are taking a training here, so you can be a student for me. In case you are going to office, you are an employee for the office, you are going to market, you are a customer for them, you are going to bank, you are again a customer for them, you are at home, you can be husband, wife, father, mother for your your child or your spouse, like that is the way. So you are single person, you are differing, right? How can here I can differ the particular thing, methods, by either changing the argument, number of argument or the type of argument. Number of argument means here instead of 1 I can make it 2, 3, 4 like that, or data type instead of integer I can make it double, I can make it float, I can make it all this stuff, right? I can change it. So this is the two way I can do it. So let's simple thing, what is the importance, like example I can do for method overloading or static, right, or compile time polymorphism. So in the class A I already created a method called addition, right? Let's try to copy that one and let's try to create one more method here. So will it allowed? No, you could see immediately the error message is coming, right? Because same method cannot be created with same data type, right? With same number of arguments, same type of argument. So what we can do? We can here you can create a one more variables. Say integer mn right? You could say error message gone plus l. So here I am differentiating number of argument. Here it was 2, here it is 3. And second one, third one I can create also. Instead of integer, I can create something called double. This is called type of argument. Okay, here I can change it to double. Okay, now you could see it's gone. So that is the way you can do the polymorphism, especially the method overloading or compile time polymorphism or static polymorphism. Why it is static or compile time? Because during compilation time, as soon as you are saving the code, it will throw the error. You don't need to run the code. That is the way it is compile time polymorphism or static binding. Okay, so now you can try to access all this part. So let comment out. So this is already accessed. Now let's try to access the other one. Let's see, press dot. You could see this 3 thing is coming here with same name, same class. So here I can use that one. So I need to give him 3 variables, 30, 30, say 29. Okay, I will try to call one, other one, dot. Okay, here I can call the double. So I can give some double value instead of integer. Okay, so it will work. So that is the way, right? Single method I can create it, but due to my requirement I need to go. Suppose you want to create a single addition, but sometimes your variable can be multiples. Your data type can be multiple instead of integer. Sometimes specific thing you need to just call it, so that it will not be automatically everything will be integer, but only specific 100 scenario out of 100 scenario 5 scenario will be double. So you can do it. You could see that is the way it is coming. Okay, so that is called called static binding or compile time polymorphism or method overloading. And then I will go to the other one, second polymorphism, which is called method overriding. So what is method overriding or runtime polymorphism? Because that you cannot get it during compile time. The implication you can only able to get during the runtime only, not the compile time. And here dynamic binding or the runtime polymorphism or the method overriding only will be working for 2 class where there is an inheritance mechanism already inbuilt. So if the subclass of the child class has the same method as declared in the parent class, it is known as method overriding in Java. When a method in a subclass has the same name, exactly same parameter or signature and the same return type as the method in a superclass, then the method in the subclass is said to override the method in the superclass. So constructor cannot be overridden. A method declared final cannot be overridden as well. Static method cannot be overridden. Now let's see what is the way I can do it. Okay, so let's create some method here. Interestingly, okay, so class A, okay, is an animal. Okay, say elephant animal. Okay, or I can create other thing. That's fine. No need to create it. So class A is an elephant animal, and class B is a tiger animal. Say. So what is the command properties? Right? Everybody will be sleeping. Everybody will be drinking, mostly drinking water only. Okay. But right, everybody mostly having their legs, right, and their tails, right, teeth, right, all this stuff, tongue, everything along with here. So this is the common properties. Okay, but what might be the differences? So eating habit will be differences. In case elephant, right, or cow, or maybe say goat, they'll be only eating the vegetarian, right, grass and other stuff. But in case it is like a tiger, lion, the eating habit will change because they'll be eating non-vegetarian mostly, right, meat and other stuff. So that is the way something might be differences. Okay, so here I don't want to take that importance aspect. Instead of that, I want to override because something will not be common. Okay, which I want to get only not from the parent class. There is same thing is there, but actually I want to override. Say I was giving a simple example in the last, I think, 1 or 2 days back, that you are a father or you are a mother for your family. Okay, especially in our Indian culture, like the the surname from the family, we used to have it in the child class. Whenever children will be right born, like we will be having the default surname from our parent one. We have taken from the grandparent, parent, and then children, right? So suppose say my surname is Paul, so definitely my daughter will be having the surname as Paul. So that is the way. There is a method I can write called surname. So it will be taking the Paul by default. But in case my daughter don't want to take the Paul, she want to change my name or my, right, some of the thing, right, might be need to change the name. So they can have similar surname and they can override the parent part because they don't want to wish to take it. So that is the way, right, they can override. That is called method overriding. So let's create something called like public void it. Okay, say class 1 is elephant, right? So in case I want to do something, okay, or maybe say class A is animal. Okay, let's say class A is the parent class, which is animal, and from the parent class I have created 2 class. One is elephant, one is tiger. So I can like eat, I can mention like that animal used to eat food. Okay, so that is generic word. Everybody will be eating food, all the animal. Okay, then I will be creating something here. So without creating anything, so in case you want to call it, what will happen? What will happen? In the child class dot eat. So only one similar class is there, eat. Data type is void. There is no argument at all. If you call it, it will be giving you the right result. Animal used to eat food, right? But say class B, similar method I am writing it, which I want to override. Maybe suppose a class, my class B is, say, instead of animal it is specific animal, tiger or maybe elephant, like that. Okay, same method I need to create, same return type, same number of arguments, same type of argument, then only it will work. So here I can mention that, like say lion animal or tiger animal used to eat food, non-veg food, right, which is might can be meat, anything, all this stuff. Okay, so that is the way I do it. Okay, now let's try to save the code and let's run it. What's happened now? You could see it is overriding the parent, right? This is not getting printed. Animal used to eat feed is not getting printed. It is overriding the parent one. Instead of that, it is taking the child one. So that is the concept of method overriding. So it is overriding the parent and is taking the child. In case similar method is available where parent-child mechanism already established, where method is having the same return type, same name, same argument and same number of type of argument, then it will only work.
Why so?
Huh?
Why so? Why this is?
So that is the way, right? Mechanism, right? I want to override. I already told, right? My surname is Pal, but my daughter or son, anyone don't want to take it.
Okay.
So-
it will take whatever it is in the.
So method name will always surname, right? In of the form, right? You always see name and surname or middle name, right? You cannot change the form. But my daughter want to change it, so that is the way she can override the method.
I'll ask you one thing then. If you go to class C then,
Hmm.
and if you give 8, which one will be overridden then?
So class C, it will depend which one they want to call, right? It will be taking the class C only. It will override both class A and class B.
No, I'm saying that if class C calls the method eat, right, which one it will take? It will take the B class B one or class A one?
It is taking the class B.
It will take the class B, right?
Yes.
Because it is already.
No, it is actually that is inheritance. Sorry, it is only for the parent child, not for the grandparent.
As if not for the grandparent.
No. This is not for the grandparent primarily. Yes, it's parent-child mechanism. Inheritance separate one. It is parent-child, grandparent, all this stuff. But here it is only for the parent to child.
You can call it there or no? You cannot call it, right?
Mm,
Can you call
yes,
it?
I can call it. Not be a problem.
Just call this object C dot eat.
It will take from the class B only, whatever value was there.
Class B, so
Yes.
it is already reflected.
Because that is already parent to child already there. Right, already happened. Okay. So that is the way it is taking the base class difference. Now it is base for class C is class B.
And what is the benefit of this inheritance?
That part I am clearly telling, right? In case you want to use it, write all the methods from the parent, then you don't need to write it again. Once you establish the relationship, then automatically everything will be, all the properties, all the field, everything you can use. In the real-time framework, in the base class, you'll be writing all important methods, right? For taking the screenshot, for initiating the browser, right? For setting all the browser, but everything. Then you will be creating the page class for every pages, and then every pages you will be calling the base class. So in case you need to change everywhere, everywhere you'll be changing the base class. So automatically every page class will take the properties in the real time.
And okay. Once you're done, let me know. I'll ask you a question regarding overloading also.
Okay. Any other questions? We'll discuss it. No worry, guys. So that your concept should be clear.
Okay, regarding overloading first of all. So we have constructor also yesterday we came to know, right? And construction means that it will have the same name of the class.
Yes.
The method will be same as the class name.
Class name, right?
So method overloading is so. What is the difference between then method overloading and constructor overloading?
So basic difference whatever is, right? Constructor overloading method and constructor, what is the basic difference? That you no need to create the for method you need to first create the object and then you need to call the method separately. But for constructor you no need to call that, right? As and when you be creating the object, automatically the constructor will be called or invoked.
I got confused now.
No, what is the difference between method and constructor first? Let's discuss. So method means, so first that you need to create the object of the class, after that you need to call the method separately. But for constructor, as and when you are creating the object for instance, automatically your constructor will be invoked. And your constructor name should be same as the class name without an return type. But your method should be having return type.
Okay. We can directly use the method name as an object.
Right. With the help of the object, you can call that method. But for constructor, as and when creating the object, automatically constructor will be invoked. Okay. Now let's hear try to create a constructor and see what's happening there. Okay. Set this one. Constructor overloaded part I already showed you, right? Yesterday. I can have the constructor overloaded n number of time. Okay. But overriding cannot be done constructor cases. It will not allow. Okay, so now we'll see in case we want to do the construction the other way. So in case I want to stop the overriding, so say I just want to use the parent class mechanism instead of child class by default, which is coming from the Java method overriding or runtime polymorphism. I don't want to take that child class. I want to do the exception. So my family is very conservative, say. Okay, I will not allow my children to take any surname outside, right, my surname. What is the way I can do it, right? So everything will be some workaround, right? So say try to understand with the simple logic. Okay, then what is the way I can do it? So that like they need to take the parent class, whatever way they want to take, but that by default they want to take the parent class, but I want to use the parent class only, not the child class. So there is an option called super keyword. Okay, with the help of super keyword you can write refer the parent class immediate object. The super keyword in Java is a reference variable which is used to refer immediate parent class object. Whenever user creates the instance of subclass, an instance of the parent class is created implicitly which is referred by super reference variable. The super keyword can be used at variable, method and constructor level as well. Private method of the super class cannot be called. Only public and protected method can be called by the super keyword. So here I already showed you some example. Okay, just for the method, right? But let's try to see on the variable as well. So let's try to create same variable, say some variable called, say what is the way I can create some variable. So say here string animal variable equal to, I can create something called elephant, and here I can create something same way, and here I can give something called tiger, right? Similar way, in case you are using the constructor, sorry, parent method overloading, right? If you call that one, so object b dot animal, so automatically it will print the tiger, not the elephant one what is in the parent class. You could see it is calling the tiger, and now you could see. Okay, so here I have created a constructor. Try to understand. I have created a constructor class A, right? Okay, I did not use it in the class main method. I have created the constructor in the class A. Okay, which is normal default constructor, that is because without any return value. Okay, and then I have created a constructor class B, which is also default constructor. So now I am creating the object or instance in the class B. So what is happening? Class B constructor is getting called, that is fine. But class A constructor is also getting called by default. Why? Because class A is inherited in the class B. So class B is extending class A automatically. So both the constructors should be called. So that is the way class A constructor default 1, class B constructor is getting called here. And this is called from the class at the child level class, and this is the variable is called at the child level, not from the parent level. So that is the way variables, method and constructor will be working in the right method overriding. Now say I was discussing that animal tiger I don't want to call it in the child class as well. I want to just only call the parent class variable. Still there is a provision we can use the super keyword. So what is the way I can do it? Okay, constructor you cannot override. But so what is the best way I can do it? So that one, just let's go through couple of times, but this is not very straightforward one. You need to understand couple of more times, so that is the way you can clarify your all the query. Okay, so what is the way I can do? Let's see. Okay, so in the parent class I have same variable elephant, animal equal to elephant, child class I am having a same variable. So I need to create a method for the variable. Say public void, say animal name, print animal. So that is the way I'm going to create the method. Okay, then how can I call it? That one so. If in case I want to access the parent one, I need to call the super keyword, then dot and then name. You could see animal is coming. Now it is referring animal class A. Now call it here. Simple thing. Call that method. To call the child class, parent class. So again object dot print animal. Now let's see what's happening there. It is coming as elephant, not the tiger. So only with the help of super keyword. In case you still want to access the parent class, you can do it. Similarly for the method, whatever generic method I have created, it. Okay. So let's try to call it. Create a method called it parent. That is the method name. I can give anything. And here I need to call super keyword dot it. You could see it is calling class A. Means that method will be called here. And now again you just call that one. What is the method name? It parent. So it will be calling the parent one. So that is the way with the help of the super keyword you can still call the parent class. Animal used to it print. Otherwise by default through the kind of method overriding properties, automatically parent class will be overridden and your child class will take the present tense for variables or methods.
So superclass take the precedence
even though your inheritance properties is still there. But superclass, with the help of superclass, you are still calling the parent class. Otherwise, in case you are not using superclass, automatically it will override your parent class and it will take the advantage from the child class. That is the Java properties. All are Java mechanism we are talking about here.
And one thing more, so in the main method, right, you are not calling any constructor, right? But still you think that
why?
Getting the output.
Why not any constructor? As and when creating the object means automatically constructor will be called. That is the difference.
That is the thing, I just want to understand.
Right. Because as and when creating the object, it will be creating the constructor, calling the constructor, right? And here parent child mechanism already, that is the reason is calling both the constructor, class A and class B. But here, in case you are creating the object, say in the parent class, only one constructor will be called, right? Here.
Here, okay, I am saying that you are creating object A. Why not object? No, object B.
Because here only parent class, no child parent relationship, they are only calling that one, right? This constructor is calling. But here you already establish the relationship extend properties, right? You already established the parent child mechanism. So that is the way both parent and the child class is getting called, constructor is getting called.
Dada, my question is that I'll ask you the question. Okay, my question is I'm trying to get it in line number 33, right? You are creating the object of class B, and class B is inherent extending class A, right? So once you are calling class B, so automatically the object is created and it will perform the operation for printing it.
Yes, and that is the reason, because both the constructor is getting called. Why? Constructor is different, it's not like object. Object means as and when you are not calling it, it will not be called. But constructor is as and when you are creating the object, automatically the constructor will be invoked. And here, object of class B is already extending the class A. So that is the reason class A and class B both constructors getting called here.
Okay. At the time of the creation only it is getting both.
Yes, right, during the creation only. That is the main difference of the constructor and the method. Constructor means as and when you are creating the object, automatically the constructor will be invoked. No need to call the method separately.
Right. In the downs you have done in line number 34, 35, you are calling the method.
Yeah, we need to call the method with the help of the object, right? Then we can call it. But constructor is different, right? That is the importance of the constructor.
So, Dada, where we actually use this type of things in
that I will told you, right? In the real-time framework, in case I am having many methods or I want to write, I'll be writing in the class and then I'll be directly calling that constructor. Automatically all the method will be called. I don't need to call the method separately. Within the constructor, I'll be writing everything, code.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Because this is very, very important critical concept, guys. I am ready to help you, right? N number of questions. Okay, not be a problem. Because that is not straightforward. Slowly all the topics will be like closely, relatively complicated. Not easy. So first 4 session is easy. Now all the session will be little bit complicated. Okay.
So if you go to class C directly, okay, class C, and if you create an object of this class C, automatically the construction will be called for both.
Yes. Because class C, forget about class A. Class A, it will always refer to the class B. Whatever is deciding in the class B, it will try to work in that way.
Right.
So you no need to worry about the class A, because class C will not understand what class A is there. For this, it is parent is class B.
Class B.
Yes, so it will not no need to worry about what it is written in the class A, because based on the class A, class B will be coming for, but class C important is the class B. Okay. Then I'll go for the abstraction. Okay. Before going, okay, yeah, that's fine. Go to the abstraction. Okay, so what is abstraction? This is one of the another important concept of Java. Okay, OPS concept. From the OPS concept, abstraction is hiding the implementation details and showing only the functionality to the user. So say you already developed a mobile software or mail mechanism, whatever. So in the mail, Outlook, Gmail, anything, right? You just want to draft a mail and you want to send it, and receiver used to receive the mail. In case you are using mobile, you just pressing call button, 1 button, 2 button, calculator also, and then it is having some mechanism and you are able to get the result or desired thing. And mailing, sending and receiving part. But do you know all the internal mechanism? No. Why? Because in case you are knowing everything, then you will be developing everything again, right, for your own. So that is the reason they don't want to show every internal implementation to the user. Instead of that, they want to give the user the interfaces, right, GUI part, so that they can work. So that is called abstraction, hiding the implementation details and showing the important functionality to the user so that they can work. So abstraction is the process of hiding the implementation details and showing the only functionality to the user. In other way, it shows important things to the user and hides internal details. For example, sending SMS, where user type the text and send the messages, but user don't know the internal processing about the message delivery. Abstraction focuses on what the object does instead of how it does. A class which is declared with the abstract keyword known as abstract class in Java. In case we have abstract, and it particular can have abstract and non-abstract method. From the class, right, we can again use the extend keyword, right, to implement in the other class from the abstract class. Now let's try to see. Let's try to create a class, abstract class. Say I can create a class called human. Okay. No need to create that public static void main. Or you can select it at all, not be a problem. So what is the class? Where you need to create abstract class, you need to define something called abstract, that keyword before the class. Okay. Here I can create some method, right? Public void drink, right? Water. Okay, that is the way which is non-abstract method. What is non-abstract means? It is having the body, right? And then I will create a abstract method. Okay, what is the way I can do it? Abstract void, say eat. Okay, so you could see this is the way. As and when you are defining the keyword abstract before the method, it cannot have any body at all. That is the properties of the Java. In case you want to add something, it will throw you the error. You could see abstract method do not specify a body. You cannot have the body in the main class, so it will be without the body. Why? So in the bank application, say in the bank application, what are the way I can create the abstract method? So every bank will be having some sort of loan interest rate for home loan, right? For car loan, for personal loan, some interest from the deposit as well, some interest from the right savings account as well. But for every bank, that value will vary. So they want to create an abstract method just like that, whatever way. But whenever they'll be implementing, they'll implement it differently based on their requirement. So here all we are human beings, right? By region, especially the people from the Gujarati peoples, Marwadi peoples, right? Other people, they used to only eat vegetarian. But other people like Bengali and other people, right? They used to eat non-vegetarian. So for the South Indian people, right? They used to eat South Indian food. So that is the way, right? Eating part will vary, but everybody used to drink. All human beings used to drink water. Without water, nobody can survive. So that is common in nature. But here, just like I already told, bank, right? Every bank, whatever will be common features, that I can write in the abstract class itself, and I can define the method body. But whatever, right, name I can use it. But whatever implementation will vary, so just I can make it abstract, so that during the calling it, I will be just calling it. I can implement it. So in case as and when you are defining something as abstract, you cannot create the object or instance. It will throw you the error. It is showing the error, right? Cannot instantiate the type human. Why? Because it's an abstract class. So you cannot do it. So what is the way I can do it? So you need to create a class. Say Jane family. Okay. So by default Jain people used to have only vegetarian. So what I can do here, I will be implementing the human class. Human. Now what you can show? What is the difference you are finding here? The type Jain family must implement the inherited abstract method human it. Means whenever you are extending any abstract class, so whatever abstract method is there, you need to implement it in your base child class or in your derived class. So that is the difference. You cannot use it without undefining. So you need to define it by default. So you need to add unimplemented method here. Here you could see it is coming. Now you can give the body here whatever is required. So say Jain family used to eat only vegetarian food. Okay. Now here I have written only the method, not any body, because I have defined as abstract. But whenever I am calling that abstract class, I need to define that one here. Now I can create an object. So say here Jain family member name is Rahul Jain. That is the way I can create a method, variables or object. Then I can call first the drink one, which is common, and then I can call the eat, which I have implemented here in the Jain family. Now if I execute, I can do it. So a abstract class can have both abstract and non-abstract method. An abstract class can have both abstract and non-abstract method. What is non-abstract method? Non-abstract method is normal method. It should have any body associated. But as and when you are defining any method as abstract, you cannot add any body at all in the method. It will be only the method name. That's all. And as and when you are defining some class, an abstract class, you cannot create an object or instance in the main method for that abstract class, in that abstract class, because abstract class cannot be instantiated. But abstract class can be extended to the other class to implement all the unimplemented methods. So as and when you are creating a class and you are implementing extending abstract class, automatically all the implemented method, whatever there in the abstract class, you need to implement it by default all, otherwise it will throw the error. And then you can implement it here. After that you can create an object or instance for the class wherever you have derived from the abstract class, and then you can create an object or instance, you can call it, right? You can use them as and when required. So that is the way your abstraction, right, relationship exists in Java, and it works in Java accordingly. Any questions here?
Yes, then I have a question. Here you call that abstract class, right? From that class, from that method, void it, you call it here, right? Because it is mentioned that you need to provide that void it. But why it has body here, this method?
Yeah, that is the way. Whatever method I have written, I am implementing in the derived class. Otherwise, what is the importance, right? So here it is called rate of interest. I have written it for the bank. I have created the abstract class called bank, and I have written called, say, rate of interest for home loan. But I did not implement it the body. Why? Because every bank will be having their own interest. Now I am creating something called State Bank of India, and then I am trying to implement it. The rate of interest for State Bank of India for home loan should be 7.5%. then I'll be using it here, right? 7.5%. I can create one more class called like HDFC Bank, where I can again implement the unimplemented method called rate of interest for home loan, and here I can give the value as 8%. So for HDFC it will be 8%. I can create one more class, and again I can call the bank class, and where I can call it like 8.5% for Bank of Baroda or ICICI Bank. So that is the reason I am not implementing. I am just giving the name only, and wherever I am calling it, I am implementing it there.
Just one thing I missed here while you were doing that. So it came all of a sudden, right? The abstract class, why did it came, right? So have you clicked anything or automatically it came?
Yes, I have clicked it, right? There is an option was coming, right? Add an implementer. Otherwise, you can use that one.
Okay. So it actually clicked that, that's why it got
Yeah, that is automatically coming, right? There's an option coming, right? Error message that you need to add all unimplemented methods, right? That is the it's coming automatically, and there you need to give the body.
And this is given a comment also, no?
Yeah, right. So here you can give one more thing, right? So say I can create one more abstract class here now. So eat. Okay. So instead of eat, I can give some other stuff, right? Specific for calls culture, right? Because culture will be different, right? Now save it. Immediately say that in the Jane family error message gone came. Why? Because I have changed in the parent class, but here I have error message immediately come. Why? You could see, because some again a method whatever I have created is called unimplemented. Now you could again see add unimplemented method, right? Here I need to give the body.
Class will be there, it should be defined here. So all this whatever extra class will be there, you are writing there. So it should in the parent class, it should be in the reference class, it should come up always.
It is not abstract class, man. It is abstract method.
Method.
Yes.
My bad.
Right.
Method. Correct.
Yes.
It should be defined.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Yeah, right. In abstract class, you can have n number of method, and later point of time also you can add the method. So automatically those method again other class wherever it is calling, it is extending. They need to implement it again. So that is the beauty. Suppose say today, right? I am just giving an example. Say today, bank is only just giving say initial 10 years back, 20 years back, only giving that personal loan, home loan, and any other car loan, right? Which is having all the bank, say, because bank in my abstract class, right? After that, ICICI, HDFC and other bank came. But after 20 years, they have initiated other more stuff, right? Called gold loan. So they are creating something here called gold loan in the bank class, abstract method. And automatically all the class wherever HDFC, ICICI, they have to use it. That is the beauty of the abstract class, right?
Yeah, the beauty is that it is actually by default it is using the common things in your
right, and they can implement by their own way, own mechanism.
And the beauty is that the specific things by using the overriding the abstract class.
Right.
Got it. Thank you. I got it now.
Yeah. So here in the abstraction one, as of now you are seeing that in case you want to do something abstract, you need to define the class as abstract, method as abstract. But in case I want to make everything abstract, 100% abstract in nature, so it is not possible, right, to remove the unabstract method, right, and everything make it abstract keyword, all this stuff. So what we can do? So there is a concept called interface, which is by default 100% abstract in nature. It is in relation with abstraction. Okay, it is called interface. So interface is a Java type definition block which is 100% abstract in nature. No need to use the abstract keyword, but still your method will be abstract in nature. Okay, so all the interface method by default public and abstract. Static and final modifier are not allowed for the interface method. In the interface, variables are public, static and final by default. Interface cannot be instantiated just because of the abstract class nature, right? It cannot be instantiated. And it does not contain any constructor at all. Interface can be used using implement keyword for a class. A class that implements interface must implement all the methods declared in the interface. From interface to interface, it is extend keyword. So there might be question, right? What is the way you can use implement and extend keyword? So class to class extend keyword, interface to interface extend keyword, But interface to class, it will be always implements keyword. These are the questions interviewer might ask in the OPS connection. Okay. Then what is the importance of the interface? Okay. Let's try to understand first clearly. So you are a car manufacturer company. Okay, there are number of car manufacturer company like Maruti, Suzuki, right? Honda, Hyundai, Tata, BMW, everything, right? Just say, I mean, just told about the 5, 6 car company. There are n number of company like which is four-wheeler car or which is like say commercial or the public car. Okay, not the bus and other stuff. Say like personal car only. Okay, so what are the for every state, every kind of right? I could say that every country, like every right, it will be vary. Okay, in the US, if you go right, you go drivers, it will be the left side. In the India, it is right side. So it will vary based on the country to country. So in case some of the car they need to right deploy in India road, right, they need to follow some India government rules, without which their car will be rejected. So that is the way, whatever government rule will be coming, whatever basic like thing will be coming, so I can create an interface. So what the thing is there, whether any brand is creating the card, so they need to follow all the interfaces methods by default. So here in case you want to extend it again, by default you need to implement all the unimplemented methods so that there will be no manufacturer and they will not forget anything to implement it. So by default a car should be having 4 wheelers minimum. Other luxurious event can be there. Okay, it should be having 2 front light, 2 back light, say 5 seats, okay, and 1 horn, right, and say 1 steering, right, 1 stepney, right, 2 glasses, right, on the left and right side, right. This is the basic amenities should car have. Otherwise car cannot engine, right, otherwise car cannot be right in the road for any company. These are the basic thing. So all the basic thing I can create an interface, and whenever I am creating a class and implementing the interface, all the basic thing they need to implement it so that class will be not be right in the defective. So that is the way interface play a pivotal role. Similarly, I can create interface for other interface called luxurious car, where I can give some AC, some music system, some back mirror, all this stuff. So one class can have multiple interface extension, so that it will be having luxurious part and basic one as well. So that is the way your interface in the class concept will be there. So interface by default 100% abstract in nature. Let's see. Let's try to create some interface. Are you able to understand the concept or not, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am struggling, but okay. Once you means going this code.
Yeah. So how can you create an interface? Let's close all this stuff for now. So right click on the packages, click new. There is an option called interface, right? Interface. I can give something called interface called basic car, right? Click finish. Okay, and what is the way I can create it? So public void, simple thing, give something called engine capacity. That's all. You don't need to declare something called abstract, void, all this stuff. So automatically it will be abstract in nature because you are creating an interface, not the class. So it will be unique one. So say front light, say backlight, say wheels, say steering, say horn, say seat. This is the basic thing I have just given. You can have n number of stuff, right? This is the basic thing I have created interface. Let's try to create one more interface. So say music system, say AC, okay, say back mirror, okay. This is the additional thing. Again, you can keep more luxurious card, you can have n number of additional features as well, okay. Or you can create one more big car with 7-seater. That is the way you can do it, n number of car, okay. So now see, I have created two interface, okay. Now in case in the luxurious car, apart from this luxurious, you need to also have the basic car also one features, right? So what you can do, you can create something called extend. So in the luxurious car interface, basic one also will be added by default because you are extending the basic car. So in the basic car only having the basic one, but in the luxurious one, along with the luxurious newly added, basic one also will be there. Now let's try to create a class. Okay, say Maruti, which is the basic average brand, right? Not the luxurious one. I can create public static void main. So I will be using only the basic car one because Maruti will be having the basic features, say. Okay, not a very luxurious car, Maruti Suzuki. So I need to use implements keyword. Okay, now you could see error message coming, right? Why? All the unimplemented method you need to use. So you need to use it, import. Now you can give the body wherever required, but you have to use it. Okay, so I can give something called, so its engine capacity is say 1000 cc within the double quote. Front light say 2 front light, back light say 2 back light, wheel say 5 wheel along with stepney, seat steering, yeah, 1 steering, horn. So sometimes some of the thing have my 2 horn also, right? It will depend. By default 1 horn. This is the basic one. Seat also 5-seater. Okay, now it's already done. Now in the Maruti I can create an object, say whatever I can create, right? Say what is the name of the Maruti car, right? Say Alto, right? Yeah, Alto. So that is the object, right? Equal to in the real time. Okay. Yeah. Now I can call it whatever way I can in number of stuff, right? Whatever way, back light, front light, everything will be coming. Okay. So you can have all the things. You can call it based on your requirement. Okay? So that is the way you can call it. You have defined, now you can call it. Okay, it is coming. Now create one more class. Say BMW, or say maybe Hyundai. Might be little bit luxurious comparative to Maruti, and where I'll be implementing luxurious car. So automatically basic one and luxurious one will be already there here. Hyundai implements. Okay, you could see error message. So you need to implement all the stuff, you could see, right? Whatever is luxurious also you need to implement it. That's the beauty of the interface. So you can have the body, and after that you can create an object and you can call them. Okay, so that is the way you can create a BMW class. You can have another interfaces for the BMW specific features, so that it will be implement the other interface one by one, right? Luxurious car and other car, and you can have, right, specific methods implemented it here, Engine capacity for the Hyundai car might be 800cc, right? 1800cc. It can have 7-seater. It can have 4 front light. It can have 3 back light, like that. Along with that, it will be luxurious system also there, right? It can have very big, better music system. AC should be there, right? Back mirror should be there so that you can check it. So that is the way it will differ. So that is the way your interface will be there, and you can implement it in the class. But interface is 100% abstract in nature. No need to use the abstract keyword at all. So whatever method you are writing in the interface, that will be 100% abstract because it is the interface, not the class. So that is the way, right? Your complete abstraction will complete it here with the help of the abstract class and the interface keyword.
So, can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
So, ideally, so these are methods only, right? Working as methods, right?
Yes, but without body, right? This is the abstract method.
Abstract methods. Correct.
Yes.
These are methods only, abstract methods.
Yeah, but we are not defining any abstract keyword. But still it is 100% abstract nature because we are creating interface. That is the importance of interface. Interface means it's 100% abstract in nature. You cannot give any body. In case you want to give something, it will throw the error. Because by default, though you are not considering creating any abstract keyword, still you cannot give the body. Because by default, as soon as you are creating the interface, automatically it should have only abstract method, though you are not using abstract keyword. So that is the
One thing, interface is not a class. It's a what do you call it?
interface is a 100% abstract method. It will contain, not a class.
In its body, all abstract methods will be there.
Yes. So though you are not defining abstract keyword, but still all the method will be abstract in nature because it's interface. And interface to class we can use implement keyword, not the extend keyword. But interface to interface it will be extend keyword. I already told. Class to class it's the extend keyword. Interface to interface it will be extend keyword. But interface to class it will be implements keyword. Is it clear now or any doubt? Yeah, go ahead.
We have abstract methods, likewise, do you have abstract variable or is only abstract method?
Yeah, abstract method means it cannot have the body. Okay, and non-abstract method means simple thing, it can have the body. Okay, so in case you are creating an abstract class, so you need to use the keyword called abstract as well, right? So whatever class I have created for the abstract, what is the created I could human. You could see the abstract keyword I have to use. And whenever in the abstract class, I can have both abstract method and non-abstract method. But in case I want to create abstract method, I have to again you need to use the abstract keyword to define that method is abstract in nature. So abstract method we cannot create the class object directly because it cannot be instantiated. So again we need to create another class where you need to extend it so that automatically all the unimplemented method you need to implement it, and you can also use the other implemented method as well. But as that when you're creating the interface, so you are not declaring anything called abstract, but by default it will be abstract in nature because it's interface. Okay, and interface to interface you can have n number of interfaces with the help of extend keywords, and interface to class you can do it with the help implementing all the implemented methods with the help of the implements keyword. After that you can use it.
So see, ideally that's the one thing. So more we are advancing, right? So more we are getting means more easier it is becoming, right? Because no need to define methods or any abstract class directly methods you can define and you can.
Yeah, definitely. That is the reason, right? It is having all the easier thing, right?
Basically, I'm Java zero actually my knowledge, but I'm
No,
trying
but
to
are you
learn
able
it.
to understand or not? That is fine. I mean, that's my responsibility to enable you. You can be zero minus, that does not problem for me. But I'll be giving you all the walkthrough so that you can understand, you can learn it. Because already told there is no precondition, right, to start my courses. I'll be covering everything from the scratch.
So the more we are going forward, right? We are saying okay, no need to use more methods and all. Only to understand interface, we learned all those things, right?
Ah,
I'm just saying that.
why method is not required? Who told method is not required? Without the method, how can you write it?
No, I am not saying that. More advanced we are going, things are more usable now.
Yes. Because whatever drawback was there initially, that drawback will be overcoming slowly. Right? Because in case you are learning A might be having 5 drawback. But in case you are learning the advanced part, maybe out of 5 drawback you can be able to get the solution to overcome 4 drawback. So that is the way advanced part will be working.
I am getting. Thank you.
Yeah,
That was
just like we discussed about that, I think, right, array, right? You already know, right? Once the size of the array is fixed, you cannot change the size, right? In case you are defining the size as array as 3, so you cannot add the fourth element, or in case you are adding the 2 element, so it will be taking the third element as the default one, right? But in case you are using the collection framework, you no need to define a dynamic size. Sorry, static size, it will be taking on dynamic size. In case you are entering 5 elements, so it will be taking the by default size as 5. In case you are entering 10 elements, so it will take the element size as 10. So that is the way we can solve the problem. But it is not like that we have to always use the advanced part. No, it will depend, right, based on the requirement. There might be advanced medicine in the world, right? But day one doctor will prescribe you the advanced medicine? No. Right? Whenever all the medicine like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 got failed, everything not working, then only they will be prescribing the advanced medicine. Right? In case your thing is working with this, you are having only cold and fever, normal one. Right? You can have some paracetamol or some antibiotic. Right? Or maybe only the cold and fever 2 tablet will work fine. In case you are having cold and fever for a long time, right, they can give some antibiotic. In case your fever is coming due to some internal problem, right, you need to go for the body inspection. I need to see, right, blood report and other report. Then might be some other disease, right, maybe some problem in the gastric problem, some problem in the kidney, other stuff. So that need to be repaired as well, right? After that it will work. And other maybe severe condition might be there. There might be severe more treatment. Think about that aspect. So always try to think from the real-time example, guys, as much as possible. Okay, then your understanding process will never fail. Okay. Yeah. Last 2 important topics I'll be showing you. The static part I already showed you in the several session you already showed. So static is nothing but, right, you can declare as a block of comment variables or maybe the method level. As and when you are declaring something a static one, right, no need to create the object for instance, automatically you can call that method or variable. That is the only important. So static keyword in Java is used for memory management mainly. We can apply Java static keyword with variables, methods, block of comment and nested class sometimes. The static keyword belongs to the class than an instance of the class. When a variable is declared static, then single copy of the variable is created and shared among all the objects at class level. Static variable are essentially called global variables. All instances of the class share the same static variable. It is possible to create class variables, class member, variable or the methods, and that can be accessed and invoked without creating an instance of the class. In order to create such a member, you have to use static keyword while declaring a class member. That is the way you can create a static variable or static class, static methods. So automatically no need to call it, automatically directly you can use it without creating the object or instance. That is the importance of static keyword. And the final one. So as of now we see about the variables, we see about the method overloading, we see about the inheritance, right, all this stuff, method overriding, okay, inheritance, polymorphism and the thing. Those 3 things we can kind of control it with the help of the final keyword. So say here, you want to define some value here, say integer x or integer I equal to 30, 40. I already told, right, I can change the value n number of times. I can give ai equal to 60, I equal to 100 like that. And after that I can print it out. So whatever latest value was there, it will print it out, right? So that is the variable level. Okay. But my condition is that I don't want to change anyone the variable I value, because I'll be calling that value in case somebody is changing, my code will be failing. So I don't want to use someone like the I value. So what I can do, simply I can use something called final keyword for the variable part. what is the way I can define something called final. So no one can change my variable value. You could see there are message coming. Why? Because variable is declared as final, so you cannot change the value at all. So you need to cannot change the value, it will throw the error. Now that variable value 40 will be always, everybody need to use it, 40 only, because that cannot be changed. Okay, then at the class level what I want to do, okay, so I already created two class, session A, session B, so think about that. So I mean I am defining a class, but my intention is that nobody can extend that class, right? Nobody can extend the class. Suppose you are the persons, right? You do not want any kind of children, or you don't want to marry at all, right? You want to like live a Bambacharya life, okay? So I can make something at the class as your name as final, so that nobody can create an object or other class, extend it, right? Nobody can create a parent-child mechanism. So that is the way. In case I am creating a class A and I don't want that class to be extended to the other class, because I don't want to share that class to any other. So I need to create something called final keyword, right? Public final class. Now you could save it. Immediately you seeing the problem is happening in the child class, because parent class I can declare final, but wherever child class is called, it will be problem is happening there immediately, because a final class cannot be extended, right? You could see the session class cannot subclass of the final class, because parent class is final. So how can you create the subclass from the parent class? So that is the little problem. So now you can remove that final class, otherwise you cannot create the object or intent. Automatically your child class of error message gone. So that is the second one. Okay, so variable level told, classes level told, and in case you don't want to create, you just want to have that child class, but you do not want any method to be overridden, so you can define that method as a final, whatever you don't want to overridden. So this method it, I don't want to override, so public final void it. So automatically save it. You could see child class, wherever that method is being called, error message will be there. Either you need to remove that method, or either you need to remove that final keyword. You could see, right? Cannot override the final method from the session A, because session is the final. Otherwise you need to remove that one. You need to comment out or remove it. Then your message is gone. Otherwise you need to remove the final keyword from the other class. So that is the way final keyword primarily work for three things. In case you don't want to change any variable value, you need to change it final. In case you don't want to change any class to the right inherit, right, or to create a subclass, you can define the class level as a final keyword. In case you don't want any method to be overridden, so with the parent class method you can use the final keyword, so that nobody can create override your parent class method, that will be static in nature. So final keyword is used for different contexts. First of all, final is a non-access modifier applicable only to a variable, a method, or a class level. So following are the different contexts where final is used, right? Final variable to create a constant variable, final method, right, prevent method overriding, final class prevent inheritance. So that is the way your final keyword like plays a pivotal role in Java. So I'll cover it. After that I can just take any questions. Let me give some time. So Java is one of the programming language which like follows the OPS concept, object oriented programming structures, primarily like inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulations. These are the stuff. Inheritance is nothing but the parent-child proper like kind of relationship, or it can be single inheritance, multiple inheritance as well. Okay, like polymorphism is nothing but the many forms. So there are two types: method overloading, method overriding. Method overloading is called compile time or static polymorphism or static binding, because in case you can create a method, and you can create n number of methods similar to their name, but with the variation of data type or the number of variables. And dynamic binding or runtime polymorphism or method overriding is nothing but in case you are having same two methods common in the parent and child class, your child class will override your parent class method and your child class will take the present tense here. But still, in case you want to right, use the parent class variable of the method name, you need to use the super keywords, and constructor cannot be overridden at all, it can be overloaded. Abstract is nothing but the hiding the implementation detail and showing the only the relevant functional to the user. So you can create the abstract class with the help of the abstract keyword. So abstract class can have abstract and non-abstract methods. Non-abstract method means it can have body. Abstract method means you cannot have a body. After that, abstract class can be right extended to any other class where you need to implement all unimplemented method. After that, you can use it. An abstract class it cannot be instantiated means you cannot create an object directly for the abstract class, but in case you are extending to other class, after that you can create the object and you can implement all the unimplemented method. Interface is already 100% abstraction in nature. You no need to define any abstract keyword in the interface. As and when you are creating the interfaces, automatically all the methods whatever you are providing or you are writing in the interface, it will be 100% abstract in nature by default. Okay, an interface to interface you can do it with the help of the extend keyword, but you can create a class where you can implement the interface, and automatically by default all the 100% abstract method you need to implement in the class, then only you can use it, right? Static keyword I already told, as and when you are defining some variable or method is static, you no need to create the object code instance, automatically all the relevant part will be same as it will treat as a global thing, so automatically it can be shared across all the thing within the particular class. Okay, and final keyword is primarily used for three different conditions. One is to prevent the variable value change, you can use at the variable levels. In case you do not want to write prevent the inheritance part or do not do perform the inheritance parts, you can use the final keyword at the class levels. In case you want to prevent the method overriding as well, right, you can use it at the method level as well. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.